بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين الحمد لله الذي علمنا أن نحمد والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء Muhammad. So today is class number 2 of this series called Quranic Arabic, and inshallah today we are going to continue teaching the letters and reviewing the letters. Normally when this course is given, it is assumed that people know the letters. But in this session, in this course, we did not assume that. So we are reviewing the letters for everyone. We are doing it a little bit at a faster pace because of that. So this is more of a review than going step by step with the letters. Although we are doing it, but we are doing it a little bit quicker. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a tawfiq for that. Last class we covered basically the fundamentals of how to write Arabic. We covered 3 letters, which is the family of the boat: ba, ta and tha. And we also talked about the dots, the importance of the dots, that many letters in the Arabic language look the same. What distinguishes a letter from the other letter is the position and the quantity of the dots. So this is important. We also covered the concept of the short vowels, the fatha, dhamma and kasra, a, u, i, and the absence of the short vowel, we called it sukun. And then we also covered the long vowels, a, u, and i. So with these two concepts, the long vowels and the short vowels plus the letters, that's how we write and read in Arabic. So let me review what we covered last time, inshallah, in less than 5 minutes. We said that this is our famous table, which means every time we talk about a letter in Arabic, we talk about it in terms of its standalone form, initial form, middle form, and final form. We established that the Arabic letters are very social letters. They love to connect, right? So if I am the letter, if I am the first letter, the initial form, so I extend the hand this way and connect to the following letter from this side. If I am at the middle, then I connect from before and after. Think about it like 2 hands extended to join hands. And if I am the last letter, right, then I join hand from this side. And the standalone, just a letter by itself. We also established that any letter could be seen in terms of the full form. You can look at my full body and recognize me. But also you can look at my face and recognize me. And we said from these 2 forms, the full form and the face form, you can establish the other 2 forms. So we have the full form, which is the standalone. We have the initial form, which is the face form. And from these 2, just by attaching a wire before these 2 forms, you get the middle, you get it from the initial, and the final, you get it from the standalone. So let's review the letters that we covered last time. We covered the family of the boat. For example, ba. So this is the basic shape, and this dot make the sounds ba. This is the full form. The initial form or the face form is basically like this. It's like when you take this part of the wire and just bring it down. Okay. Now if I use the color code, if I extend a wire before this, this becomes my initial form, a middle form, which I got from the initial form. So notice that the middle form is just by adding a wire before the initial form. Of course, in Arabic we don't have color coding, we just write it this way. The final form is obtained by adding a wire before the standalone form. So this is my final ba. Standalone, initial, ready to connect from this side, middle, ready to connect from both sides, and final, ready to connect from this side. It is the final letter. And this would be written with one color, it would be written like this. Now, using the dot, I can obtain the other two twin sisters for this letter, right? For example, if I change the position of the dot, this can become the twin sister. Two dots at the top gives me the letter ta. And notice that 2 at the top has like 2 T. This is a memory aid. 2 dots at the top. Ta. If I make them 3 dots, this becomes tha. It becomes tha. Notice that the th in the word 3 sounds just like the letter. 3 dots sounds like tha. So this was the first family that we learned with the dots. Okay. Now, we are going to review the vowel system. This is very, very important. And that's why I'm reviewing this concept again. The vowel system in Arabic is made of 2 sets. The long vowels and the short vowels. We said that the long vowels are letters of the Arabic alphabet. They are letters. Whereas the short vowels are symbols. They are not letters. They are symbols that are written associated with the letters. So let's start with the long vowels. We have a, we have u, and we have e. These are the shapes of the 3 long vowels in Arabic, and they are, as I said, letters. Now, by introducing these letters, we had to introduce another concept in the Arabic language, which is that there are 6 letters that do not permit connection from the left side. Remember, we said that an Arabic letter in the middle form connects before and after, has 2 wires. But there are 6 letters in the Arabic language that do not permit that connection from the left side. And what happens is that therefore the standalone form and the initial form will be the same. The middle form and final form will be the same. The a and the u are 2 of these 6. So let's do it. In the initial form, I'm supposed to have a letter, then connection. Right? So here is my letter. I'm supposed to have a connection from this side, but this is the left side for this letter. It does not permit connection, so I leave it there. Conclusion. Standalone form, initial form are the same. In the middle, I have connection, letter, connection. So here is my connection. Here is my a. I'm supposed to come down and continue, but this is the left side for this letter, so I leave it there because there is no connection. The end form, I'm supposed to have connection and letter, and here it is. So this is a as standalone. This is a as initial, which means that when I have a letter following this letter, it has to go in which form? It has to go in its initial or standalone. It's like I re-initiate after this because it does not permit connection from the left side. I have to re-initiate again. We will practice it inshallah. I'm just saying it now. The middle form, connection letter, and final connection letter. Right? So this is the part that doesn't go in the case of this letter. See that green X? It was supposed to be a connection wire. But because this letter is one of the 6 that do not permit connection from the left, that's why I'm just putting the X. We don't put anything when we write. I'm just trying to illustrate it. Okay, the wow, the ooh, the sound ooh, the long vowel ooh, is the same case. It does not permit connection from the left side. So here is my initial form, going to look like the standalone form. And again, this X reminds you that it does not permit connection from the left side. When I write, normally in Arabic, I don't write this X. I'm just putting it to remind us for that. Okay, in the middle, I'm supposed to have connection, letter connection. So here is connection, here is the ooh, and again, it does not permit connection from the left side. So there is no wire there. Final form, connection and letter. It is the final letter, so that's it. So as you can observe, in these 6 letters, which the A and the O are 2 of them, the standalone form and the initial form are the same, and the middle and final forms are the same. This is true for the 6 Arabic letters that do not permit connection from the left side. Okay? All the other letters, we have 28 letters in Arabic. So 22 of them, they are going to have the shape different, except for these 6. A and U are 2 of them. Then we took the E and we associated the E with the family of the boat, with the Ba, Ta and Tha. What did we say? We said that this is a cousin. Why did we call the E a cousin to the Ba, Ta and Tha? We said because in 2 of the forms, precisely the initial form and the middle form, the E looks like its cousins. It's going to be different in the standalone and the final. Okay, so let's draw the E. Here is my initial form, and remember the dots make the difference when letters look like the same. Here is my middle form. And here's my final form, which is just extending a little bit this wire to connect it. So these are the 3 famous long vowels in Arabic. Again, I'm not interested in the name of the letter. That's why I'm not teaching you alif, waw, and ya. What I'm interested in is the sound of the letter, because that is how we use them in the words. So for now, I'm not interested about the name. Rather, the sound. So, A, U, E. And these are the mothers of the short vowels, the symbols that we said that they are short vowels. So let's erase this and write the daughters. Okay. It is my A. It is my U, and here is my E. This dotted line could be any letter in the Arabic language. For now, assume that this is any letter in the Arabic language. The daughter of the A sounds like it, but shorter. The rule says that the long vowel would always sound double the sound of the short vowel. Or you could say that the short vowel sounds half the prolongation of the long vowel. How? 2 seconds, 3 seconds. The long one will sound like 4 seconds, and this 2. The answer is, it depends on the speed of speech. Because when you are speaking quickly, you are going to shorten the long vowel, and therefore the short vowel becomes half of that. And when you are speaking slowly, things, prolong more and more, and it's going to be relative. But the general rule is the same. The long vowel sounds double the short, or the short sounds half of the long. And this is true in the Quran. And we realize it. When we are reciting the Quran slowly, we notice that, the alif becomes, more, prolongs more, and the a, the u, and the e, and so on. Okay, so the scholars of Arabic, when they invented this system of writing, they said if you put an accent on the top of the letter, this would sound half of this. So this is a, this is a. In English, I could represent this with one A and this with a double A. So a. This one looks like mommy, a daughter. You know, the daughter looks like its mother. This sounds like ooh. So this would be like ooh. And this one is an accent below the letter. Sounds like E or E. And this one would be like E. Make sense? We also introduced the concept of sukoon. The reason I'm reviewing this again, because this is fundamental and very, very important. We need to grasp it very well. So it's okay. Yeah, this concept is very, very important. This is the fundamental upon which reading and writing Arabic is built. We also introduced the concept of sukoon. The word sukoon means stand still. And sukoon is the absence of the vowel. When I do not have a vowel, we say in Arabic we have sukoon. Why? Because when I pronounce one of these vowels, either long or short, I am moving the mouth. Notice a, u, e, a, u, e. But when sukoon is present, which means there is no short or long vowel, I don't move my mouth. For example, if we take, let me first illustrate the shape of the sukoon. So let's put the sukoon here. The sukoon has two shapes. One is related to the Quran and one is related to general books in Arabic. In the Quran, this is the shape that is used. The head of the ha. This is sukoon. It means the vowel doesn't have, the letter doesn't have a short vowel or a long vowel. In other Arabic books, just zero is used. Zero short vowel. Okay? But in the Quran, this is the sukoon that is used. If we illustrate with the letter ta, for example, so with one accent on the top, this would be ta. And now it will be tu. And now it will be ti. With the sukoon, notice ta, tu, ti, and now with the sukoon is just t, 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 t. Notice that the lips and the jaws did not move. Sukoon, stand still. Okay, and because of that, to be able to pronounce a letter with sukoon, I have to combine it just like in English with the previous syllable. The example we gave last time was the word admin. Admin, right? Let's write it here. Let's write the word admin here. Admin. How many syllables do I have? 2, right? Where do I cut it? I cut it over here.
Yes.
In English, we say admin. Why I didn't say admin? Because the D does not have a vowel attached to it. So what do I do in English? That letter D that doesn't have a vowel attached to it, I have to pronounce it with the previous syllable. So it becomes admin. Similarly in Arabic, when a letter has sukoon, means the absence of a short or long vowel, I just take it with the previous syllable. Okay, so this is more or less the review of what we have done last time. So this is very, very important. That's why I decided to review it again. Let's take today 3 more letters. 3 more letters, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This new family I call the family of the belly, or the belly family. Basically 3 sisters, twin sisters, Ja, Ha, and Kha. Ja, Ha, and Kha. The Ja sound is more or less found in English. There's a similar sound to it. But the Ha, which is the sound that we produce when we recite the word Alhamdu, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdu, or the name of our beloved Prophet ﷺ, Muhammad. This letter does not exist in English. And the third one either, the Kha sound. The Kha sound exists in some of the Spanish-speaking countries when they pronounce the double R. Like in Puerto Rico, for example, like the not the official way of saying the double R, but this is an accent in the rural areas. They produce a sound Kha. In Spain, they use the J to pronounce that sound, like Juan Carlos, Kha, Kha. So we have these 3 sounds: the sound of the Ja, the sound of the Ha, and the sound of the Kha. The basic shape is as follows. That's why I call it the belly family. It has a belly. Okay? This is the basic shape. Of course, with the dots, I will be able to distinguish between the 3 twin sisters. Okay, but before we go there, remember I talked about the full form and the face form? So let's get to that first. If you look at this letter, obviously this would be what? The full form, because you are seeing the whole thing. Now, which part do you think is the face? The top part, like if I cut over here, this would be the face, or this would be the face? Which one do you think is the face? The top part is the face. So this is the part that is going to be repeated, and if I attach a little wire before it, I will get the other form. Make sense? So from the full form, if I attach a little wire here, I will get the final form. And if I just look at the face form, by attaching that wire, I'm getting the middle form from the initial form. So let's do that. The first sister is the Ja. Ja sound. Ja. Like the word Jamil, which means beautiful in Arabic. Or Jamila, beautiful for a girl. Jamil, Jamila. The word Jalal, Jalal, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَيَبْقَى وَجْهُ رَبِّكَ وَجْهُ face, the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَجْهُ رَبِّكَ. This letter, here it is. Here is my basic shape, and it has a dot below it. So this is the J, the J sound. J sound. If I take the dot out, it becomes the sister Ha. Ha. When I used to teach this in Puerto Rico, I used to tell them, okay, somebody put so much jalapeno on this dot and they ate it. Because the nearest sound to produce the Ha is when you say the word jalapeno. You just touch it a little bit. Okay, so remember those who like the hot spicy food, that you put so much spices on that dot and you ate it. Lots of jalapeno. Ha, ha. But that dot ran away from you and it went to the top. So this is the third sister, sounds like Kha. Kha. So remember, the dot under is, again, J, like Jamil, Jamila, Wajh. With lots of jalapeno, the dot is gone. It becomes Ha, 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 like Muhammad, like Alhamdulillah, it's a letter that comes from the throat. Alhamdulillah. And with the dot on the top, we have the third sister, which is the kha. Kha. Okay. Let's put it in our famous table, right? Remember, this is our bread and butter when it comes to learning, reading and writing in Arabic. Start with the full form. This is j. J. Of course, if I put one accent on it, it becomes ja. If I put the one that looks like mommy, it becomes ju. And if I put the accent downstairs, it becomes G. And if I have sukoon, it becomes just no movement of the lips or the jaw. Sukoon, stand still. So this is the full form. And here's my famous face form. Remember when we talked about the face? Now, when I have these two, it becomes very easy. Just attach a little wire before this one, you obtain the final form. And if you attach a wire before this one, you get the middle form. Okay? Very good. So let's do that. Here's a wire of connection, and here's my ja. It connects from here and here. So standalone form, initial form connects from here. It is initial, it is the first letter. Middle form connects from both sides. And the final form, here is my wire. And here's my ja. Make sense, inshallah? Okay. Now, if I would like to make this the ha sound, what should I do? Just take the dots out. You put the jalapeno on it. Ha, jalapeno. And no dot, it becomes the ha. So let's draw the ha. Here's my ha. My ha in the middle and at the end. Ha. Muhammad. Alhamdulillah. How do you say milk in Arabic?
Halib.
Halib. MashaAllah, excellent brothers. Halib. Ha, ha. Start with a ha. Halib. Halib. Milk. Okay. And the third twin sister is the kha. The dot goes on the top. Here's my kha. Same thing applies. Initial kha, which is just the face form. Middle kha is attaching a little wire before the face form. And a final kha is by attaching a little wire before the standalone form. As you can see, when we get into the habit, this becomes quicker and easier and faster, which makes sense. That's why the first class always goes slower, but then you get the hang of it. You know how to get the face form from the full form, then attach a little wire, and you got the other two. And you know, it becomes, alhamdulillah, very, very easy. Any question on these three letters? So now, actually, the real work that we are establishing now is to associate correctly the sound with the shape. So the more you look at this, inshallah, at maybe next week or the following, I will bring you a handout with all the letters in all the positions. But you know, on YouTube or internet, you can just type in Arabic letters and it comes out easily, all of them. So your work right now, if you do not know the letters, is to practice associating the letter with a sound. This is your job now, until you dominate that. Okay? Then inshallah, after we finish all the letters, we are going to go to the main course, which is Quranic Arabic. But we need this for you to be able to read. Okay? That's why. Alright. So this is the belly family. Now, how many letters we have in our bank? MashaAllah. You are getting rich every time. Every time you have more letters in your bank. MashaAllah. May Allah increase your wealth, inshallah. The wealth of the heart and the wealth of the pocket. Both of them, inshallah. In dunya and akhirah.
Ameen.
Okay, so I'm going to erase this. Let's have a little review for our bank. We learned the three vowels, right? A, U, E. Of course, I'm just making a list here. I'm not following the table now. I'm just making a list, right? So A, U, E, the three vowels, the long vowels. Let's put the daughters next to them. The daughters like to go with mommy a lot, you know. The daughter of the A is an accent on the top of the Arabic letter. A. The daughter of the U looks like mommy. U. And an accent under the Arabic letter makes it sound E, which is the daughter of this. So A, U, E, E. And we have Mr. or Mrs. Sukoon. In the Quran it's like this. And in the Arabic text they write it just like a zero. Zero short vowel. Okay? So I'm gonna stop using this because we are doing Quranic Arabic. Therefore I'm gonna use this one. I just put this one for you to be aware of. Okay? I'm going to write the name of it. Sukoon. Sukoon. The absence of a vowel. Okay. Very well. Also we have in our bank the three twin sisters. The Ba, its twin sister the Ta, and the twin sister Fa. And today we have added Ja, Ha, and Kha. Okay, so this is our bank thus far. Are you guys ready for more? We still have more time, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, that's good. So let us cover few more letters. Few more letters. Okay? The four letters coming up will be non-connecting from the left, remember? So we covered that the A and the U do not permit connection from the left side. Now we are going to cover the other four. The other four. Okay? Very good. So everybody got this, inshallah?
Yes.
I'm going to erase it. Maybe before we go to the four letters, we can do a couple of words to practice reading from our bank. Okay? So how about the word pilgrimage to Mecca?
Hajj.
Hajj. Hajj. So this is pilgrimage. How about if I'm talking about the person that is going to make the pilgrimage? Instead of using the small vowel, the short vowel, I'm using the long vowel. Hajj. So Hajj is pilgrimage. Hajj is the person who does the pilgrimage. Okay, Hajj, Hajj. And these are very two good words to illustrate in our class, because this is the short vowel and this is the long vowel. Ha, Hajj. Hajj. Okay. Let's see what other words we can use. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. So we have ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha. I'm trying to think for a simple word that, let me see. So a, u, e, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, and kha. When the brothers of Yusuf threw him in the well, Allah called it in the Quran Jub. Jub. Jub.
What's the meaning of jub?
Jub is a well.
Well,
It was used in the Quran when the brothers of Yusuf threw him in that well of water. Allah called it Jub. Another word we might write from our bank is okay, I'm going to write this name of one of the Sahaba of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and you try to read it, inshallah. Okay.
Habib.
Okay, notice the short vowels. You are almost there. Okay, now this E has a sukoon on it, right? So it's going to be pronounced with the previous syllable, right? What is a syllable? A syllable is a consonant plus a vowel, right? If one of the letters doesn't have a vowel, I must pronounce it with the previous syllable. So, consonant plus a vowel, right? This is my first syllable. Consonant plus a vowel, but this has sukoon, so it has to go with the previous syllable. But this one doesn't have anything, so the whole thing must be one syllable. So it's khu, bayb, bayb. Hadrat Khubayb ibn Adi radiyallahu ta'ala an as-sahaba ajma'in. Khubayb, Khubayb. Two syllables. Khubayb. Notice that this has sukoon, this has nothing. What do I assume? Sukoon also. Yeah? I said, I know you are generous, but do not invent any short vowel from your pocket. Keep it as this. You might change the word. Okay? Alhamdulillah. Okay, so this is the name of Khubayb. We have the Kha, Khu, Ba, Ba, Yi, Bay, Bay, Ba. So we notice the Ba, the E, and the Ba. See the Ba in the middle position because I have a letter before it, letter after it. The E in the middle position. See, there's no difference between the Ba and the E except the dots. That's why we call the Ya cousin. And this is my final Ba. Now, let's just for the sake of illustration, cut the connections and see how things go. I'm going to cut the connections. I'm cutting the connections. So this is my Kha in initial form. This is my Ba in middle. This is my Ya also in middle. Why? Because I have a letter before and letter after. And this is my Ba at the end. Am I making sense to you? So if you cut it, you will see it. that's why we always put them on the board in that form. Initial, middle, final. Initial because it's the first letter. Middle because there is one before it, one after it. Middle, one before it, one after it. And final because it's the final letter. Okay, makes sense inshallah to everyone? Okay, so let's carry on with 4 more letters that we are going to add to our letters bank. And as I said, these 4 letters are non-connecting from the left, which will complete the group of the 6 letters in addition to the A and U. Okay, the first one is the D sound. D. More or less like the D in English. D. For example, my name ends with this letter. Zaid. The word home, like dar. Dar starts with this letter. Okay, so let's get to know the different shapes of this letter. Remember, this is a non-connected letter. Okay, so the basic shape is like more or less like an angle. I got it big here. Okay, so this is the shape of the D. Okay, now let's take it to our table. This is standalone. It does not connect from the left, so the initial will be the same. Middle form, connection, letter, connection. But this is a non-connecting letter, so I will have only connection then letter. And the final form will be similar. So this is my D. I'm just going to write a small d next to it to remind you that more or less it sounds like the D sound in English. D. The sister of this letter is formed by putting a dot on the top. And the sound is like the TH in the word, I would say, like that book, that vibration. Notice that the tongue extends between the upper and lower teeth and it vibrates. More or less, when you pronounce the word that book, the TH in the word that book or their book or those, that sound, that book, their book, the TH in the word that. Okay, so let's write it. It's an identical letter. The only difference is the dot. So let me write the shape. So this would be that. So I can write, for example, TH in the word that. The TH in the word that. The. Like the word dhahab, which means gold, or dhahaba, the verb, which means to go. Dhahaba, he went. Dhahaba. The word ladhiz, which means delicious. It has 2 dha in it. Ladhiz. Dha. So the letter dha is the sister of the letter da. The only difference that it has a dot on the top. It's identical. And here is my dot. So this is da, and this is the. Da, like David more or less. The, like the TH in the word that. Let's illustrate with short vowels. For example, if I have, let's say, this would be da, do, di, id, d. This is sukun. D, d.
The most, in Quran, most sukun is like a round sign.
No, in the text it's like zero. When you see a round sign, it means a silent letter in the Quran. Yeah, in the Quran. Yeah, that's why I stopped using the other one, because I don't want to confuse you. But both of them are used. Yeah. So da, do, di, d, d. Okay, let's do it with the dha. Let me use the red. Let me get a little rosy. Okay, so this would be the, not zu, it's the. We will get to the za soon, inshallah. I know you like it because it's the first letter in my name, but that's fine. Okay, so the, dhu, the, for example, ladhid, delicious, ladhid. Notice at the end I'm pronouncing this one with sukoon. Ladhid. Again, the, dhu, the, very well. Okay. The other two are easier, especially for English speakers, because one of them is going to sound like typical R, ra, ra. And the other one is a typical Z, like zoo or zebra. So ra and za are the other two. Okay, everybody got that da and the, inshallah? So one more time. Da, do, di, d. Here. The, dhu, the, okay, very well. Okay, so I'm going to erase the two sisters, the da and the tha, to cover the last two letters for today's session, inshallah. And we'll try to practice with a couple of words. And inshallah, we will see you next week, inshallah, with more letters. My goal is to finish the letters as soon as possible, so we can get to the Quranic Arabic, inshallah. Hopefully, we will get to that with the beginning of Ramadan, so it will be a perfect match. Quranic Arabic during Ramadan. Quran is the month of the Quran. Ramadan is the month of the Quran. Inshallah. Allah make it easy, inshallah. Okay. Two more. Ra and za. The ra sound and za sound. Ra sound like Rahman. Rahman. Rahim. Rabb. Za like Zaid. My name has two of today's letters. The za and the da. Zaid. What else? Zaytun. Wattini was zaytun. Zaytun. Huh? Which means olives, right? Zaytun. Zayt. Zayt. Notice that ta at the end has what? Who can tell me what the ta has at the end? Listen. Zayt. It's a ta with sukoon. Because I did not say zayta or zaytu or zayti. Simply I said zayt. Does the meaning change of the word? No. It still means oil, zayt. But these little i'rab, these little harakat or movements or vowels at the end tell me the grammatical function of the word. And this is another level in the study of the Arabic language. Okay? So when I look at the last letter and I see the vowels changing, sometimes a, sometimes u, sometimes e, sometimes sukoon, it has to do with the grammatical function, not the meaning, the actual meaning of the word. Okay, so the basic shape for the ra and za is like this. This is the basic shape. Of course, one of them is going to have a dot, one is without dot. I want you to remember that da and the da. I want you to confuse them. See the difference between the shapes? Am I making sense? So this is the ra and its sister the za, and this would be the basic shape for the da and the. Of course, what is the difference between the da and the? The dot, right? So this one here we just covered. The red one only is the da. The red one plus the dot is the. This would be the ra, and with the dot it becomes za. Okay? Okay? So the reason I'm putting these two next to each other, because they are very similar, but the ra is open. This one has like an angle at this side here. Okay? I wanted you to contrast. Okay, so let's do the ra and za in our famous table. Here is the ra, basically an R sound. This is a non-connecting letter, remember? So this would be exactly the same as this one. In the middle, I'm supposed to have connection, letter, connection. But this is a non-connecting letter, so I'm left with connection, letter. Standalone, initial, middle, final, I'm supposed to have connection, letter. So it's going to look like this one. So ra, standalone, initial or beginner, middle, and final. Now just by putting a dot on the top, the exact same shape, which is the twin sister of the ra, is the za sound. Za, like Zayd, Zayd, Zaytun. So let's do it. Here's the basic shape again. And to make it the Z sound, I must add Ida. Zakah, very good. Zakah, the pillar of Islam, zakah. Okay? Excellent. Okay, so let's list our bank and try to come up with few words for us to practice for reading. Notice that we are in the second class, and alhamdulillah, following this method that involves introducing the letters and the vowels, the three long ones, the three short ones, and the sukoon, will enable the student to read using the letters that we cover. So this is alhamdulillah a very powerful way, and that's why it's good to introduce it this way, because every time we cover new letters, but the system is repetitive, it's the same thing. The a, the u, the e, and the sukoon are the same, so we are reviewing the system all the time. Instead of covering all of the letters, then introducing the short and long vowel system and start reading. No, we start reading with the letters that we have, and this is more practice because it is repetitive. Alhamdulillah. Okay. All right, let's see who wants to read. Yeah, this is my name. Okay, if you master my name, I'll give you a certification easily. If not, we have to talk after the class. No, just kidding. Okay, so this is an example of the za, the e, and the da. Okay, if we cut the connection, you can see it. Why the za did not connect? Because we said it's a non-connecting letter, right? The e, I had to write the e in initial form. Why? Because I'm reinitiating after the za. The fact that the za is a non-connecting is forcing me to reinitiate with the following letter. So this is my name, that's how it's written. Zaid. Zaid. I want you to learn something, inshallah. Well, I can cover it now actually. It's very useful for the Quran. It's called lean. Lean. Lean, I think it's the same concept in English. It's called diphthong. Diphthong is when you have the sound I. Can you think of a word that has the I sound in it? In English.
Ink.
No, the sound I, like yeah, dice. Yeah, that sound, dice. Yeah, it's called diphthong. Okay, basically in Arabic, this is called lean, and it is very important because it uses two letters from the long vowels, the U and the E. The U and the E. If you remember, inshallah, I'm going to review this again at the end. But just for now, remember this. Up to now, we said that the U sounds like a long vowel, and that's when it sounds like ooh, correct? And the E sounds E. That's long vowel, long vowel. Ooh and E. But there are cases when we start with them, they stop functioning as a long vowel and they are going to function like a consonant. Like the word walad. Walad. I'm starting with a oo, but here it's not functioning as a long vowel. And if you remember the rules that we established in the first class, it says for a long vowel to sound long, I need to have at least one letter before it, and that letter must have what? Its daughter, to push it to make oo sound. So the third concept when it comes to these long vowels, they function like long vowels, that's the first concept. They function like a consonant, that's the second concept. And they function like lean, and this is the third and final concept. What is lean? When you have a long vowel, oo or E, and the letter before it has the a short vowel. So the sound I or ow, that's lean. Okay, this is covered more in tajweed. I just wanted to point it out because now, how is this read? Zayd, ay, Zayd. In the Quran, we have in Surah Quraysh, الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. That aw sound is the other lean. So lean is formed with E and U when the letter before them has a fatha, has a. Zayd, Bayt. Okay? I know I just said it in terms of theory. We will get the practice later. Okay, so this is Zayd. Anybody can think of another word using our bank? Let's list the bank. We covered A, U, E. We covered Ba, Ta, Tha and its family. We covered Jim, Ha, Kha and its family. We covered Da, Tha, Ra and Za. Of course, these are three letters here, right? Let me put all of them, it's okay. Ba, Ta, Tha, Ja, Ha and Kha. So how many letters we covered thus far? 3, 6, 9 and 4. 13 letters, and we are only 2 classes. We are almost half of the letters, alhamdulillah. So we are doing very well. Okay, so this is our bank, mashallah guys, you're getting rich. Okay, let's see. Anyone can come up with a word using these letters? The word the Rabb, which means Lord, cherisher, sustainer, creator. And this is the first name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala introduced himself and he said, I am Allah, he is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, the first quality you should learn about me is that I am your Rabb. Alhamdulillah, that's his proper name. What is the first quality to know about Allah? He is Rabb al-Alamin. And this word Rabb, the Mufassirun say, he is telling us that there is a special relationship between you and Him. He is Allah, that's His proper name. The first thing you should know about Him, He is Rabbil Alameen. Rabb is creator, sustainer, controller, cherisher, the one who takes care of His creation. Matter of fact, in Arabic language, we use the word Rabb and Rabba referring to the head of the family, the father and the mother. We say, Huwa Rabbul Bayt, wa hiya Rabbatul Bayt. Of course, Rasulullah ﷺ was described in the Quran as Ra'uf Rahim. But Allah is Ar-Ra'uf, Ar-Rahim. So just in case somebody says, oh, wait a minute, you are using the word, the name of Allah in relation to the creation. It's okay. We are allowed to do that for some of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we know and recognize and understand the difference. Okay? So, He is generous and Allah is generous. Right? So we understand the difference. Okay, so the word Rabb, I'm sorry, you were saying something?
Rabbayani, the two parents.
Yeah, Rabbayani, exactly. It's in the Quran. وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. Rabbayani here means brought me up and cherished me and took care of me when I was little. Okay, the word Rabb. Make my handwriting a little bit better. Here's the word Rabb. Notice the Ra is a non-connecting letter, so I have to reinitiate after it. But this word is made up only of two letters. So now this letter has to go in its standalone form because it's the only letter available, and the Ra does not permit connection. Make sense? That's why this is going in its standalone and standalone form. Rabb. Very good. So the Ra and the Ba sound. Rabb. Rabb. What else?
Hijr.
Naam?
Hijr.
Hijr. Very good. There's a surah in the Quran called Suratul Hijr. 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 Okay, another one.
Asr.
Which one?
Asr.
Asr. That's a very good word, but we have not covered the Ain yet. So inshallah we'll leave it soon. Soon inshallah. Using this bank. How about I'm gonna write a word with its two synonyms. It means house or home, and we'll try to read that. This one is Bayt. Notice the diphthong I was talking about, which is the lean. Bay, the ay sound. Bayt means house, and dar means home or house. They're synonyms. Okay. Dar. Dar. Notice that the da is non-connecting, the a is non-connecting, and the ra is non-connecting. Okay, so Bayt, Dar. Very good. What else?
Jurh.
How much time we have? 5 more minutes, inshallah.
Jurh.
Oh, Jurh. MashaAllah. What does it mean, Brother Harun?
It's when someone is when someone is hurt.
Yeah. A wound. A wound. Huh? Jurh. 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 And if you want the plural, so we can practice another letter, I can add it, the plural. The plural of jurh is juruh. Consonant plus a short vowel, that's one syllable, right? So here's my first syllable. Ju. Consonant plus a long vowel, that's my second syllable. Does this have anything? No. What do I assume? Sukoon. So it goes with that syllable. So two syllables in this word. Juruh. 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 Okay. What else? Couple more words inshallah before we finish.
Rajab.
Rajab.
Oh, the month of Rajab. MashaAllah, I like this word. Yeah, the month of Rajab. We are in the month of the Sha'ban. Right? We are in Sha'ban now. Rajab was the lunar month before this month. And it's a sacred month. One of the 4 sacred months of the Islamic year. Rajab. 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 We don't have all the letters to write the word Ramadan, but inshallah next time we will. Not yet. We have not studied the kaf and the ain and the ta, the closed ta.
Wudu.
Not yet. Wudu, not yet. Okay.
Haraj.
Yeah, haraj. I was thinking if we can find something with these.
Jabbar.
I'm trying to think of a long word so we can practice the connections.
Habib.
Oh, that's a good word. That's a good word. What do we call the Prophet ﷺ? We call him Al-Habib, our beloved. Al-Habib. Today I'm not going to write the Al. We will introduce it later and the meaning of the Al. Okay? So we will write the word Habib. Consonant plus short vowel ha. Ba plus a long vowel B. Habib. 2 syllables. Habib. If we disconnect, here they are. Initial form ha, ba in the middle form, ya in the middle form, and ba in the final form. Am I making sense to everyone?
Yes.
Habib. Okay, one more before we go. One more.
Hanna.
Remember Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was saying in the Quran, Rabbana inni askantu, na'am?
Zadid. Zadid.
Oh, Jadid, I will write it. But I was thinking of
Alhamdulillah.
we have not covered the meme yet. The word valley. He said, Rabbana inni askantu min dhurriyati biwadin, wadi. So I'll write these 2 and inshallah we're done. So the word, Brother Anis, what was, which one you said?
Zadid. Kharaja.
Jadid, okay. Jadid means new, right? Jadid. And if you take the dot and it becomes hadid, what's hadid? Surah Al-Hadid? Iron. Okay? So we will write Jadid, we will take the dot, it becomes Hadid, and then Wadi, and we are done inshallah. So this is the word Jadid, which means new. New. Jadid. Okay, if I take the dot out, it becomes hadid, which means iron. So let me put the dot in another color. So red and green is jadid, which means new. Red only, hadid without the dot, which means iron. And the other one which I wanted to write and finish with, the word valley. Notice that this is the letter U, but because I started with it, it cannot function as a long vowel. Remember I told you three things about these two? They function as a long vowel, they function as a consonant, and they function as diphthong. I will, inshallah, review this again and again. But for now, remember, when a long vowel is found as the first letter, it cannot function as a long vowel. It needs at least one letter before it, and that letter must have its daughter to push it to sound either a or u or e. So if you see a long vowel, this cannot sound oo. It's gonna sound like a w. So this becomes wadi. Wadi, valley. Notice that the wow or the oo is non-connecting, the a is non-connecting, the da is non-connecting, and that's why this has had to go in its standalone form. Wadi. Okay, any questions before we finish? Alhamdulillah, jazakumullah khair for your patience. Wa akhiru da'wana an alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.